right? Like we talked about. So, and so is your energy. So now is a great time for lighter, fresher foods that support and detox your estrogen and your metabolism. Were we not recording the whole time?
I just realized it was off.
Oh no, that's okay. We'll see if we have to re-record. But anywho, estrogen's rising and so is your energy, right? So now is a great time for lighter and fresh foods. So after your period's over, we really want your digestion to do well because it's at its strongest. So we want to eat salads with protein, bowls, lemon vinaigrette, roasted veggies with good fats. Think of this phase as like a time for nutrient density without heaviness. So your insulin sensitivity is higher here, and your body tends to handle carbs a little better. So it's really the perfect time to add in your toast, your sweet potatoes, your berries, your whole foods. And then other things I'd like to mention are arugula, sprouted lentils, and like mung beans, eggs, asparagus, citrus fruit, quinoa, avocado. Those are all great. Now let's talk about your ovulatory phase and what to eat there. The goal is you want to support detox. This is your peak energy window. Your estrogen's at its highest. Your body's working really hard to clear out the excess hormones, and we use fiber and antioxidants to do so. So nutritionally, you want to focus on like liver-loving foods like cruciferous veggies, fresh herbs, wild fish, and berries. This really supports estrogen detox, which helps prevent PMS and hormone overload later. And some other things, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, blueberries, just any type of berry, wild salmon, fresh herbs, flaxseed, sauerkraut, or kimchi are great in this phase. And then on to the last phase, luteal. The goal for luteal with food is to calm and stabilize. This is where your body is burning more calories and your cravings might rise and your mood starts to shift. Your blood sugar, I am in my luteal phase, and this morning I was crying and I was like, "What is going on, babe?" And then I was like, "Oh, that's what's going on." Your blood sugar balance is super key here. I made sure to pack my lunch today. Now's the time to really think with stability in mind. So every 3 to 4 hours, include protein with every meal and prioritize slow carbs like squash, lentils, root vegetables. Magnesium-rich foods like pumpkin seeds and dark chocolate are great. Don't overdo it on the dark chocolate. Although magnesium-rich foods do help with PMS symptoms. And then don't skimp on your carbs here. Your body needs more. I texted my husband, I'm not even kidding you. I have a text that says, I need pizza or bread. I'm so sick and tired of the ground meat we've been eating all week. And he's like, you're definitely PMSing. So it's just funny how like when you get in tune with it, you're like, oh, that's why. But your body needs it, and that's why I'm craving it. Also, cut yourself some slack here. If your workouts need to slow down or you don't get everything done on your to-do list, that's your body working with your cycle. So be gracious. And then other foods I wanted to mention were just any ground chicken and ground turkey, which I'm sick of right now, but those are great. Roasted carrots, squash or parsnips, brown rice, lentils, pumpkin seeds. Again, dark chocolate's good in this phase. And kale, collards. Look, big story short, in summary of this slide, you do not need to follow this perfectly. Just even adding 1 to 2 cycle supportive foods per phase can really help you feel more nourished and less thrown off by your hormones. Food is powerful. So try to pick 1 or 2 per phase and add them in, maybe things you haven't been trying before, as you follow along with your cycle. Let's talk about womb nourishment beyond food. It's powerful. Food is powerful, but it is only one piece of the puzzle. It's a big piece of the big slice, but it's only one piece. If we want to truly nourish our womb, we have to think beyond our plates. The womb is deeply connected to our nervous system and your stress levels, your hydration, your rest. It really responds to your entire environment on top of nutrition. So, hydration with minerals. Let's really focus on starting our mornings with not coffee and not food. We have to let our body kind of wake up and allow our digestive mode to get started here. So I love starting with warm lemon water if it doesn't bother your stomach. It helps increase stomach acid production, which is what digests and breaks down food. One of my biggest mistakes for my on my weight loss journey was one, starting with 2 cups of coffee and sending my system into overload, and two, starting with a bunch of food right away and just overloading my system with food. It's so important to start with tea, lemon water, electrolytes. I have some really great brands if you need some recommendations. And also, through my practitioner account, I can get anyone 20% off if you're interested in getting some supplements. But the electrolytes are minerals, right? And their electrolytes are electricity in your body. Think electrically charged minerals, electrolytes. And this is really what helps the body stay nourished and keep the absorption of water in. Think about it. If you're constantly peeing all your water, your cells aren't actually getting nourished, right? So adding a pinch of sea salt or electrolytes or trace mineral drops to your water helps your body hold on to the hydration it needs, especially for your reproductive tissues and the cervical fluid and hormone transport, all the things. Let's go into the next one, rest in the nervous system. Your body heals in rest, right? Your hormones regulate in rest. The womb especially loves rhythm and safety. So if you're burning this candle at both ends, your body might prioritize survival over ovulation and hormone production. So one of the best things you can do is build in small recovery windows, especially at night, like a 15-minute wind down stretch, legs up the wall for 5 minutes, meditation or deep breath work, whatever you love that calms you down from the day and brings your cortisol levels down and melatonin up. Being on your phone blocks the melatonin levels, the natural melatonin levels from rising. And so unplugging from screens 30 minutes prior to bedtime is so freaking huge and it's so hard. It's like the hardest thing I think my clients have to do. But it all adds up. It's all these little things. And then there's castor oil packets and red light and movement, right? These are direct ways to support blood flow and detox in the pelvic area. Castor oil packs on the lower abdomen can help stimulate lymphatic flow and reduce stagnation. And then red light therapy can help reduce inflammation and support cellular repair. And don't underestimate movement. Walking, stretching, hip circles, anything that keeps the circulation going to that area. Your womb is not a passive organ. It wants flow and not stagnation. So we have to keep that in mind. Womb massage, sobada de matriz. I just did my first one last week with Erica. Just is another beautiful traditional practice that is based in many Central and South American cultures. It really helps to realign the uterus and improve your blood flow, release tension, sort in the abdominal area. So many of us are walking around with tilted uteruses that are shifted out of place from years of trauma, car accidents, childbirth, just holding everything in. And this gentle hands-on work that Erica does can help reduce cramping and restore balance and support your hormone regulation by encouraging better circulation to that entire pelvic bowl. And then vagus nerve. I'm not going to go into full anatomy nerd here on you, but the vagus nerve connects to your brain and your gut and your heart and your reproductive organs. So, when you're in a chronic stress state, your vagus nerve tone weakens and that signal between your brain and the body gets really fuzzy. So you can start strengthening it with really simple practices like humming, deep belly breathing, gargling, even just water. I'm not gonna gargle for you, but you get the point. Cold water splashes on your face. It sounds really basic, but it's actually extremely powerful and it creates this sense of safety in your body that your hormones respond really well to. The last one's acupuncture. This is another deeply supportive tool for womb health. It works by stimulating like specific points on the body to improve your energy flow, right? It reduces inflammation and rebalances the nervous system. From a very reproductive lens, acupuncture can help regulate cycles, support ovulation, relieve PMS, calm overstimulated stress response on certain organs. It's a great option if you've been feeling really stuck physically or emotional because it helps your body move energy and reconnect to its natural rhythm. And I know the most incredible, magical woman in the world if you need a recommendation. Yeah. Then let's go to the next slide. But last thing on this one, just remember hydration, rest, how you regulate your stress, and how you care for your space intentionally are so important for not fighting against your body, but working with it. And we really want to focus on that. Let's go into just a couple slides left here. Common womb and hormone struggles I see. Um, things like painful periods and fatigue and bloating and mood swings, hormonal acne, stubborn weight. Some women feel like they're doing everything right and nothing is working. And then there's PCOS, polycystic ovary cyst syndrome, which is one of the most common hormone disorders in women. A lot of people associate it with weight gain, but that's not always the case. There's also something that's called lean PCOS or non-insulin resistant PCOS, where someone has all the hormone symptoms, but their labs or body type don't match the stereotype. These are all signs of deeper imbalance. Here's the thing though, these symptoms are common, but they're not normal. And you don't have to live with them. You don't have to accept the pain, the exhaustion as your baseline. And just because it's been going on for years and years and years doesn't mean you're stuck here. And I just want you to know that if you've been told it's all in your head, or if you've been offered birth control or antidepressants or medications without anyone asking what your nutrition or blood sugar looks like, that's most people. You're not alone, and these struggles are so real and but they're so reversible and your body just wants balance and it's just waiting for the right inputs. And if you want to go deeper, we can work together. I do offer nutritional therapy in person here in Denver and telehealth. So I cover womb, hormone health, fat loss, navigating autoimmune disorders, fertility prep, pregnancy, postpartum healing, and a lot more. We've got cases all over the map. So if you are interested in just kind of figuring out more, or talking through maybe something specific going on, I just got certified to also read labs from a very holistic perspective and identify red flags in labs that might be a little different than what your Western medicine doctor would be looking at. So feel free to email me and I will set up a 20-minute discovery call so we can talk through some things and where you're at in your life. So I can't wait to get to know you if you reach out, but if you have any further questions, I'm here. And that wraps it up.
Yay! Thank you so much, Drea. Um, I would love to know which brand of electrolytes do you recommend?
It's a hard question. There's quite a few that are actually okay. The main thing we're looking for is the sugar amount per serving.
Mhm.
Um, and the sweetened type, right? So you'll see monk fruit extracts, stevia leaf, those kind of things instead of sugar. I love a couple brands. Just Ingredients, while their protein powder does have pea protein, which is not really digested well in most of our bodies, we want to try for a bone broth protein powder, if you're open to that, which doesn't taste like bone broth, it tastes like chocolate or vanilla. While their protein powder does have pea protein, their electrolytes are great. So it's called Just Ingredients. It tastes like magic. One of my favorite drinks when I go out to restaurants is club soda, lemon and lime, and a packet of my electrolytes because it hits the spot. It tastes like a really good mocktail. It's fizzy. It's like a soda. And then I love Needed, which is a brand that does a lot of prenatal stuff. They have a really good electrolyte mix, as well as Thorn has a good electrolyte mix. The thing about electrolytes, though, is they all taste a little different. So it's good to try some out and feel out which ones don't taste artificially to you.
Cool. Thank you.
Of course.
I actually have a question.
Yeah.
I mean, this might be TMI, but I'm just wondering if it happens to other women. I tend to struggle with constipation like 2, 3 days before my period. And sometimes it's like a little painful because of my cramps. Is that, having to do with the fact that I'm transitioning to my period or the choices of food that I'm making?
Do you feel like you're making different choices before your period? Like, are you eating differently, like more carb heavy?
I'm probably eating more red meat because
Oh, more red
that's
meat.
when I crave it.
Okay.
And I'm probably eating more chocolate.
Ah, well, the good news is that constipation before your period is pretty common. It's kind of
Okay.
part of that wild hormone roller coaster that your body rides through the luteal phase.
Mhm.
Um, So there's certain things you can definitely do to help with bloating, but the hormonal shifts cause your body to kind of retain more water and salt, which makes stools harder and more difficult to pass, hence the
Mhm.
constipation, right? So this is where we do want to add in some electrolytes and just more hydration. You want to aim for about half your body weight in liquid, which is
Okay.
crazy.
Good. Thank you.
Yes, so hydration, magnesium citrate, or glycinate help relax the bowels. I've got a great supplement for that. If you want to connect, I can get you some magnesium glycinate. You want to be really careful with ones at the store because a lot of supplements out there have synthetic ingredients, so your body's not even actually using them. So you're spending money, even though it may be less than another one, you're spending money on something your body can't actually turn into the right form for use. And then really
Um,
try and focus on more fiber-rich foods. I would do like a chia seed yogurt pudding in the morning with 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, some flax, ground flax during this time of constipation to really give some extra fiber in there. And then just work on really gentle movements. Do just pull up YouTube and find a good yoga channel and do some nighttime stretching. Castor oil packs can really help with this as well. But yeah, that's just
okay. Thank you. And just to confirm, you said eat veggies first, then your fats and proteins, and then carbs.
you got it.
And
And
then
worst case, eat them all together. Just don't eat the carbs first.
okay, got it. And then you said that fruits are fiber, but they might spike your levels if that's the first thing you eat, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Depends on the fruit. We've got high glycemic and low glycemic fruits. Think of
Okay.
berries as your low glycemic fruits. So strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, those are going to have a less impact. But if you just eat them alone, if you were a continuous glucose monitor, we're all different, but some of us do have a more of a reaction to just eating berries alone. If you have like mango, banana, think of those as high glycemic, meaning they really do spike your blood sugar pretty high because they're pretty high in sugar.
Hmm.
So try to aim for berries if you're going to eat them alone. But if you do have a banana, pair it with a fat or a protein like yogurt or cottage cheese or something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I always wondered why I added peanut butter to my protein shake. It was like in a recipe, but I guess it's banana protein and
Yeah,
peanut
my
butter.
protein shake is look up Equip Prime Protein, which is the best brand out there. It's one of the cleanest for protein shakes. It's bone broth protein powder. It's got all 9 essential amino acids. It's just one of the cleanest forms your body can take. And I love adding cacao powder, just a tablespoon, and a tablespoon of peanut butter with half a banana and some ice and some chia seeds. And we always want to let our chia seeds soak at least 5 minutes because if you eat them straight, like just as seeds, they'll actually soak up the water in your digestion, and that can cause some bloating and pain. But if you
Mhm.
let them soak up the liquid they're in, like a protein shake or yogurt, they will be more nutrient absorption. You'll absorb more of their nutrients, and they will already be at their soaked place when they enter your digestive tract.
Okay, so quick prime protein.
Yeah, Equip,
Okay.
EQUIP,
Equip.
prime protein powder.
Got
That's
it.
the best one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Thank you, Erica. Any other questions? That was great.
I actually do have another question. What's
Okay, go
the
for it.
difference between the two magnesiums that you mentioned earlier?
Hmm. That would be very specific to you. We'd have to talk more on I'd have more questions for you.
Okay.
So we'll talk separately. Yeah, great. Well, if you have any other questions, you can reach out to me through email, and Erica will make sure to give you guys my email so I can help you guys with your journeys, wherever you're at in your health journey.
Yes. Oh, Yuki, do you have another question?
No, I was just gonna say thank you.
Yes. Okay, perfect. Yes. Hannah, how are you doing?
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
So I have endometriosis, and
Mhm.
I read that whole milk worsens inflammation, but at the same time, I read from that book, Real Food for Pregnancy, is that uh, drinking whole milk is actually advisable. So I'm kind of confused where I should be.
That's a great question. I love Lily Nichols' book. I have all her books.
Mhm.
This is a hard one. There are pros and cons to whole milk. I would say if you tend to handle dairy okay, you'd want to go for a really high quality whole milk because the low quality whole milks are where we see the issues. They raise inflammation, they mess with your hormones, irritate your gut. So, whole milk pros, they have full fat dairy, which contains butyrate, which is a gut loving SCFA and vitamin A, conjugated linoleic acid, CLA, and omega 3s. So, all of this is potentially helpful for anti-inflammatory reasons, and it also can help support your ovulation better than low-fat dairy, because when you buy low-fat dairy, they just put fillers in it, and it's usually carbs, and carbs turn into sugar. So, there are a lot of pros to whole milk. And I think the main experiment you'd want to do is just buying the highest quality. So I get these glass jars at Sprouts or Whole Foods, and you return the jars. They do a deposit, but it's from Longmont Dairy, and we tend to do really well with that. With endo, though, we do see a correlation between going dairy free and having some release of symptoms versus having dairy in your life. So when it comes to whole milk, try high quality whole milks, and if you're still feeling some symptoms, then I would opt for going dairy free.
All right, thank you.
Hmm.
Okay, ladies, if there are no more questions, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. I will email the recording. We'll have to re-record the first half of the presentation, but we got some pretty juicy stuff. And then I'll also include all of Drea's information so you can reach out to her and hopefully
Yes.
get some more info because, yes, the nutrition side of womb health is so crucial, in my opinion.
And I have different programs with how you can work with me that may be more affordable for more a la carte services versus some really in-depth 8-week programs that are more for my weight loss clients or people prepping for fertility that are having issues, things like that. So there's options if you do need further support.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Drea. All right,
Yeah. Have a good night, ladies.
have a good night.
Hey, bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah.